Okay, guys, I totally forgot that I had the game captures of my Twine Peak Storm Shield Defense 2, and this is crazy, and I give everybody permission to point and laugh at me because I deserved after this.
Today, in plays.
Okay, so this is wave 1 of 4. This is attacking the main base in Twine Peaks. So this build looks a lot different than my final build. Number one, they didn't attack from this direction toward the end because the spawn point had been taken away. But when early on in the game, it's almost harder than it is later in the game because the shield, storm shield, is so close to your build. You think, oh man, I want to just build right there, but you can't. You can't do it, and when it opens up, it's like, oh, there's all this real estate I wanted to populate with traps and tunnels and stuff like that, but just can't do it, and you just got to rely on what you were able to build like really close. I was successful in this, but it's not pretty. I'm just going to tell you right now. If you like that kind of humor, like laughing at somebody because they're an idiot, man, you should pop some popcorn for this one because yeah, I get knocked down a couple times, and I think this might have been the first time. I can't remember if it was the first time I'd ever been knocked down. No, I'm sorry, Candy Valley 7 or 8. I failed one. Basically, because I didn't have a lobber shield. That was before I knew what a lobber shield, that I could even do that it worked that way. But I got knocked down. But this was definitely the first time this early on in a series of 10 storm shields that I got knocked down, and I thought, oh man, I need to step my game up. This wave is pretty much no problem. I mean, yeah, they get up here a little bit, but they're very low in power. I just back up, let the traps take them. That was not on purpose. I just hit a up pad and I landed up here, and I was not intending to do that, but it looked cool, so yeah, I can see them coming up, and like I said, this one is no problem. It looks nasty, and you think, man, that is a really weird build, but it works for me. So there's the first wave. This is early on, so the main base here is going to get attacked twice from 2 different directions. This is me waiting for the metal to finally build so I can level it up, and then they start shooting at me. The mist monsters, they nail me a couple times. This one right here goes really, really bad. This is when I knew that I had to change my mechanic, because everything that had worked pretty much in every Storm Shield defense prior to this one was not going to work anymore. Whenever lobbers had really wrecked my Storm Shield base or amplifier builds, it was because they were above it. They'd thrown stuff down on it. This is the first time I can remember, maybe I'm wrong about this, but they were below the level of my amplifier or my base, and they were targeting it, and they were wrecking it and me. So I mean, they're fixing to knock Sam down. They just basically, and all I can just see is this stuff, and as these bombs are coming in, I'm thinking, oh no, what have I done? What have I not done? I've not prepared for this well. I could see all my gas traps are fixing to start falling because the ceiling's getting really weak. But see, there's my amplifier, and I'm like going, oh no, I've really messed up. So yeah. Anyway, there's really no correction for this other than getting up there and man, just wrecking, shooting those lobbers, those old hag lobbers. I've got my teddy. I don't know why I throw it. There's my turrets. I'll throw the other one, and they buy me some time. But I've really got a lobber shield would have really come in handy in this, and would have totally changed the mechanic. They would have been forced through the traps, and would have probably been no problem at all. But and here I am with some fancy shooting. So just stand still, you'll be fine. It's just pandemonium. It's absolute pandemonium. I can't stress how how it's so nice to just sit there and let your traps do the work and just sit there and maybe take a pot shot at one of them every once in a while, or a big, just worry about the smashers. But man, when it's crazy like that, stuff's flying in on you, both those bombs and the husks coming in, and the stuff walking up your traps and making it all the way through. It's just like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. And so here we are. We're waiting for the last little time for the wave 3 to come in. And this is the way they always have attacked in the upper level Twine peaks. And down there is where I built my kill boxes. That they didn't exist here at this point, because right before I extended the shield was right there and I couldn't build. But as you look out here and you think, oh man, look at all that space. And here they are throwing again. If I had a lava shield, this wouldn't have been a big deal. But it is a big deal. I shot Teddy for some reason. And I don't really remember if they were targeting me. I don't really know why I wasn't using my pumpkin launcher there. The hags aren't really that powerful. Pumpkin launcher probably could take them out. But here we have the smashers, which wouldn't have done any damage to my amplifier, of course. But there was riot husks behind them, which are also very tough. And this is early on when I didn't understand, even at this point, even Twine Peak Storm Shield Defense 2, I wasn't using gas traps like I should have been. I was still using electric fields and stuff like that. For some reason, I just like the way it looked when you set up like a whole row of them. Oh, how pretty that is. But man, the gas traps would have come in really handy here. If you're going to level up, I'll get into that later. I'll do just a video on traps. But yeah, if you're just going to do like, we're about 5 traps. Dynamos, launchers, both launchers, floor launchers, wall launchers, dynamos, gas traps, and wooden floor spikes. I mean, both of them, the retractable ones and just the stationary ones. I would probably worry about the stationary ones. If I could just pick one, I would just do the stationary ones, because I just want to slow them down and basically use the launch to redirect them and keep them under the gas traps as long as possible. You're going to do damage with the retractable spikes, but if I could just pick one, I would just do the stationary spikes, the wooden spikes. So those are the ones you probably need to worry about leveling up as soon as possible with your reperk. The riot husks, they just seem to make it up there. They're very tough customers. And this is just me. I don't know what I was doing building all these walls. I was freaking out at this point, really. I was thinking, this should not be that hard. I should not be having this much trouble on Storm Shield Defense 2. But, again, it's early on. And when the storm is, the shield only goes out so far, you're really limited on what you can build. And it was, of course, it was on a hill. But knowing what I know now, I would have built it totally different. I would have definitely built a little box, even if I had to use slants down, angled walls down, so I could put, spikes on it, and they could walk up that, and maybe put launchers out to the side and knock them off the hill there, down into a little pit where I had other traps waiting on them. The healing pads trap, well, they're considered a trap, I guess, the healing pad. Now this is the other side. There's only 2 amplifiers at this point, and they both get attacked twice. this one right here took the worst of it. But see, yeah, this right here was where it's at the very outside edge of the trap. I mean, I'm sorry, the storm shield. But when it expands, you see all this new area, and you think, oh man, because right there is what, right below where your feet, right here is where it stopped. It was right there at the edge. That's why I didn't level up these metal pieces right there, because I couldn't reach through there. I could place them, but I couldn't level them up. There's a trick to that. I think if you actually have your building, like your paper out like you're building, you can push down. If you're on a PlayStation 4, you can press down on the right toggle switch, and it will upgrade it, but it won't otherwise. I didn't know that at the time. It's a little trick. So yeah, this is just this gets really, really bad, really fast. See, okay, I fall down here. Look. Oh, there's a tunnel right here. I have no idea where this thing goes. I just start running. I've never been in this tunnel before, and this is why you don't run up that tunnel, because this is where it brings you out, and it's like, oh, my Nelly. I'm in trouble. And luckily, it didn't cost me that much. I figured I was going to get knocked down walking through all those guys, but I didn't. But yeah, when I fell down that thing and I started running through that tunnel, I didn't know where I was running, man. I was just running. I think, well, this goes up, and I need to go up, so here, let's do this. And here's my... I'm trying to lead them down here so I can get my launchers and launch them off. I'm trying to bust through here. So, man, maybe they'll follow me over here, and they'll get launched off. So I run up here up top, and it's like they're already walking through, and I think I'm failing this. I got another minute and a half of this mess. So I just start shooting, and I'm sure I hit something for a propane husk, and it blew up part of my traps, but I didn't care. I did not care. I just think this... I don't know if I would have been as successful on this one as I was if it wasn't for that pumpkin launcher. Bam! Hits me on the head, knocks me down. So, I got another minute. And I think I've already revived myself. So, I've got to get down there again from respawn at the start. That's right, I got to go back up top. It's not that far. So yeah, they are. So, they fell their propane tank, and that's going to blow that up. It's like, I can see it happening as I'm respawning, thinking, oh no, they're going to get in there and mess my stuff up. Here I am freaking out. I'm not shooting good. Throw my teddy down. And luckily, I don't think there was a whole lot of damage. They didn't get through. It just really weakened the walls there. That one was right on the cusp of knocking through. And that one definitely busted through. But I don't know why they're walking out that side, because there's the amplifier right there. Luckily, the husks are not very smart. So, 15 more seconds. Yeah, this was just a bad... This really proved to me that I needed to really rethink the way I did things. This is basically the way I did things in Candy Valley, and it just doesn't work. Here, as you go forward in the missions through, Stonewood, Plankerton, Candy Valley, and Twine Peaks, the level of difficulty goes up a lot. So, anyway, that's pretty much that one. It's probably of no value to you other than just seeing the directions you're going to get attacked from, and a good example of what not to do. But anyway, if you got any questions or comments, just, like I say, put them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. It's no big deal. You should have no problem at all with level 2. I mean, as bad as that was, I'd prepared for it, and I got through it. It was nasty, but I got through it, and you will too. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Click the profile picture in the upper left-hand corner to subscribe and join Team Bookie. Check out our other playlist videos. I'll see you soon.